Hey, thank you for stopping by. This is James Rome. Just had my annual 20 group where we talk about anything under the sun with other best in class operators operating with the same problems that you guys are probably facing in another part of the market. And a new topic came up, which we all knew about going into the meeting. But I wanted to pop on here real quick, see if I can give you guys some ideas to help you increase your claim count. Maybe things you haven't thought of yet or things you've been thinking about putting into practice, but you haven't really got that nudge to do. And I'm here to see what I can do to help you guys get more work. So let's dive into it. What I want to talk about is the current challenges with the market slowdown. Obviously, there's going to be some issues with people getting those jobs into the shop and how do we get more volume of opportunities. And one of the things that came out was, hey, we have these DRPs, we have these programs, and they're still not bringing us the amount of work we did last year. And we looked at some ratios, and some people are down 40, 50% over last year just in claim count alone. And me being a management system provider to help people be more efficient and reduce their cycle time, a lot of these guys are saying, hey, I'm not having any trouble pulling the car through the repair process. I just don't have the work in the first place. So that got me thinking of what can I do to help? So one of the things that we were looking at is capture rate. Now, if your capture rate isn't at least at 70%, that's something that you want to look at. And even if it is at 70%, every job you miss is one claim you don't have. So there should be some way for you guys to track volume of assignments that you've gotten, how many of those assignments turned into estimate appointments, how many of those estimate appointments turned into actual captured keys business, all those things that you should have a way of running a report of reason and frequency to start zoning in on that capture rate for you and see what you can do to improve it, if there's any patterns that you can identify. And I actually do have a retention report in my system as well. I'm sure you guys have something as well in your system. And really the idea is, hey, how many estimates did we write? How much of that revenue did we capture? And if we increase that capture rate, what does that look like to our bottom line, to our RO count as well? So one of the things that also we talked about was filling work in with fleet. I know this isn't something that people generally try to go after per se, just because it's a lower margin than traditional insurance work. But being able to connect with other companies that have fleets, and maybe companies you haven't thought of, like a Mary Maids or different plumbing companies or whatever company that has a ton of vehicles that would need repairing, and then obviously going to them talking about, hey, if this truck is out of commission for how many weeks because it needs a repair, how much is that costing you? And you guys can negotiate a rate there to get something fixed and in and out, just to fill in those gaps. The other thing you can think about, obviously everyone goes to Hertz or Enterprise or the traditional, hey, I need to work with this company for fleet, but there's more options than that, right? So that's something to look at as well. One of the other things that we wanted to talk about was building that non-DRP book of business. So starting from that point, we're about to venture into some waters that very few body shops even remotely try to get into. And for the last few decades, if you've had an insurance carrier bringing you work, there would be no reason to do it. But let's talk a little bit about body shop marketing to increase those volume of opportunities. Obviously, you have your SEO strategy, you have pay-per-click, optimizing your site to make sure you're ranking higher and higher on Google so you have an opportunity. If someone searches for a body shop, you'll come up first. Also, different type of loyalty programs, texting and email campaigns. I don't see a lot of body shops really leveraging the customer base that they've already captured. So if you don't have a database of everyone you've already fixed their car for and you're not soliciting them for referrals, that's definitely really low-hanging fruit to go back and see what your follow-up process is post-repair. And then even doing grassroots sponsorships, event sponsorships, high school championships, all kinds of things you can do, hosting a 10 at a concert. There's a million and one things you guys can do for getting your name out there in your marketplace so people think about you when they need help. One of the funnier ones that I came across was driving seminars. I know years ago when I was getting my license and I had to go to a driving improvement course, one of the people that they had brought in as a guest speaker was a body shop. And a guy talking about mortality rate, how much it's going to cost to get your car fixed, the dangers of speeding, what does this look like, what happens to you in an accident, and what the airbags discharging and what that's going to be like. And at the time, I didn't think too much of it. But when you think about it, that is free marketing and you're providing a service to bad drivers. And in this day and age, you could record a video, contact your local driving schools, and submit, hey, for your driving improvement students that have really missed the mark, they should watch this video too. Because typically the videos that they're plugging in are from 1971, of the oldest things you guys can imagine. They break out the VHSs and it's okay. So you guys providing a video or some type of educational service to these driving schools, I think would be a big help. And it's something that most shops aren't thinking about doing either. So definitely pop into those, see what that looks like. There's really no reason not, to be honest with you. The other side of this is probably a less sexier technique, but I at least want to bring it up. And as I mentioned, most shops don't really dig too far into the data mining section just because, traditionally speaking, we've always had this work. If I don't have to, why would I do the extra work? Let's go into data mining. Now, for those who don't know about this, most people, for any marketing person, would be well aware of a search rate of a keyword, how much that keyword would cost, and what that price tag would look like. Now, just to give you a flavor of pricing, this is pretty much free. If you were selling an estimating system, these numbers would be in the hundreds, if not thousands of dollars per click. So when you're talking about $1 to $10 for a click, that is next to free compared to some other those high-ranking keywords where a standard keyword would be from $50 to $100 for something that's highly searched. So there's definitely traffic coming through with these searches that you guys could be capturing. But the idea is to take that a step further, is that, okay, if someone searches body shop near me or whatever, your name comes up. But also you can do some of your own targeting as well. Now, there's a ton of different products for databases for mining this information, so I'm not going to get into what you should use. That's not the purpose of this video. But I'm just trying to give you a way to think differently about the market and what you can do to be more proactive rather than just hoping in a prayer that new jobs show up for no real reason, right? Hopefully a hailstorm comes by and you're just flooded with work. So in this scenario, I'm going to target a spot near me, and it's going to give me some information from this database. So if we go into it, we can then go into the geography of it, of where these people are. Let's say you're targeting an affluent area. And then you can even target what type of vehicles do these people drive as well. Because you might have a certain certification you want to leverage. You want to be able to be proactive in letting them know you're their certified shop in that area. And you can send them a postcard. You can introduce yourself. Because really the core principle of this is if they don't know you exist, they can't buy from you. So when you're looking at this, being able to proactively send these out to garner that geographic location, that type of OE's vehicle, if you're specializing in certain makes and models, there's no reason that you couldn't do this, right? It's pretty simple. And then to take that a step further, you can launch different campaigns. And all you really have to do, guys, is type this into ChatGPT, and 10 minutes later, you have a full plan of what you need to do to market to this customer base, to put in some AdWords, to what's that messaging look like. So all of these things are available to you guys, and there's really no reason that you couldn't be doing it. And as I mentioned, this is really low-cost stuff. This isn't you're throwing, like the dealer does, of hundreds of thousands of dollars a month on billboards and video commercials and radio stuff. Like, obviously, there's so much more you can do in this sector. I'm just trying to give you the stuff that it's like, hey, this is low-hanging fruit. Why not do it? Here's another kind of example of just adding some incentives to come back, being creative, providing something that the other shops in the area aren't, and you're doing something different, and that's going to allow you guys to bring in that additional work. Now, the other thing that you guys can be doing, I think you should always have your own separate Instagram page, even if you're a part of a dealer network or not. You should not be lumped in together all in one. You should have your own segmented accounts. And then keep in mind, guys, you have a ton of cool stuff going on in a body shop every single day. People using welders, people in spray booths. There's no reason that you can't walk by something and take a video of it for 2 minutes. Because every time you post does help your organic SEO in your Google ranking because you're being active on that account. So the more that you do, the more engagement you get, the more likely someone is to find you. And just as a bonus here, what you guys should be doing is any car you fix or sell, is that there should be a sticker in the door jamb with your information that leads to your website. Number one, it's a QR code so the customer can easily remember in an accident what to do. They're not fumbling in the glove box of, hey, I have this thing that I got when I bought the car. They can scan it on the door jamb. It's going to immediately go to your website, and also if they need a tow, there as well. So I would recommend buying about 10,000 of these clear stickers, and if you know a really good tow guy, tell him you're going to put his information on it if he buys them for you, so you get them for free. And what this is going to allow you to do is track those referrals of, hey, something happened and it came from my sticker that they scanned. Two, it's going to be a convenience to the customer of an easy way to get back to you and for you to help them out. So it's trackable, it's easy for the customer, and it's a really simple lift for you guys for being able to bring in either reoccurring work, or if you're a dealer, you're referring work to your own network. And that's just by having that sticker on the door jamb, which is a super simple process of telling the customer, hey guys, if you scan this, it's going to lead right to my website, and we will get in touch immediately to help you out with whatever the situation may be. Thank you so much, guys, for popping on and watching the video. If you have any questions, definitely feel free to reach out. I'm definitely here to help, and I would love to be able to connect with you guys and help you out any way I can, even if it's not directly related to what I do with servicing shops with their shop production systems and helping them be more efficient and more profitable. But I do know a lot of folks, and I know a lot of other great companies that help you guys do what you do better. And my thought is that if you guys win, we all win. So thank you so much again. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a shout or connect with me on LinkedIn or drop a comment. Thank you so much. Hope you have a great day.